Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of the It Was Roleplay podcast. Valhalla Gaming, a destination gaming entertainment extravaganza just because some of us can't let go. Which is probably the douchiest podcast intro of all time. But first, a word from our sponsor. We don't have a sponsor, so they're not going to say anything. This is a prologue to kind of get you used to, you know, the idea of a podcast, what to expect from a podcast. Because some of you never listen to a podcast. I don't really listen to podcasts, but I kind of felt like we needed one. And I figured if I did this, then I wouldn't be tempted to do another SAMP community, which we all know wouldn't end well. So what is this podcast? Like, Bala, what are you doing? Pretty much this podcast is a memorial, it's a love letter, and also it's to try and understand just what the hell went on for the past 11 years. You know, some of you are in it for a very short period of time, we're talking months. Some of you are in it for years. Some of you have not been in it for years, some of you have been in it, you know, pretty much the whole way through. And to those people, I mean, you know, I feel your pain. Believe me, if there was a way to set up a support group, I kind of, you know, maybe this can be a support group. I don't know. But this podcast is pretty much all those things. It's a remembrance, and I kind of feel like with Destination gone and staying gone, by the way, like this don't call it a comeback. You know, and Valhalla's site being what it is, which is, you know, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what Saint was thinking with that. But I wanted to have something that everyone from, you know, the littlest, newest player that played the server and loved it to, you know, the owners of yesteryear. Something that we could have to look back on and enjoy together, because, you know, when you start a server or when you're involved in a server, you're only kind of really thinking about your own interests, or your own, you know, faction's interests or whatever. But it's the community that kind of wraps itself around the server, I guess, kind of like a big old hug. So I wanted to have something for you know, for everyone to enjoy. Or hopefully as many people as possible. So why am I doing the podcast? Pretty much because I'm bored. Like I said, I don't want to end up being coerced into making another SAMP community again. Because, you know, last time I really didn't want to do it. I really didn't. And then you get sort of talked into it and it becomes a thing. Then those people quit like a week before it's due to launch. And then, you know, like just standard stuff. But no, like seriously, like I kind of felt like it was going to be a little bit sad that for me personally, that I spent such a long time on something and it's just, there's no record of it and it's like it never existed. And then it's like, well, considering the amount of hours that we've all spent playing San Andreas multiplayer, and how passionate we got and how fucking, you know, angry and how happy and whatever, I wanted to have something to come back to and look at. So it wasn't all just a waste. So what's coming up on the podcast? Pretty much every week we're going to be talking about a different subject or maybe a different era or something like that. You know, we're going to have guests on. Now the guests, not many of them are, you know, are confident speakers, so you kind of have to bear with. It's more about what they say than how they say it. So I'd appreciate your patience on that. But I'm kind of thrilled with the reception that the podcast has got so far, because it's like, you kind of dread telling people because people might think that, well, that, you know, Bala, that's a terrible idea. Although not maybe the worst idea that you've ever had. You know, hashtag weekend server. But yeah, so we'll have guests on talking about things like the script, the PD, the Overdrive years, the Saint years, you know, the darkness under Yshera. You know, what went on with Paulie in Overdrive. Nothing sexual or anything like that. You know, how we got started, how we finished, everything in between. Let's do it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this episode. Sorry it wasn't longer. That's what she said. But I just kind of wanted to give you a flavour of what's coming up. So I will let you guys go. Start off 2019 the right way. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the thing, and subscribe and all that other good stuff.